Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, we are back here in Gridania in front of Commander Helloa, who will in a moment send us back to the Waking Sands. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the elder Seeds to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the science of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into a needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Desiree? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and there is no time in regaling me with a tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet, the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I will apprise you of the present situation in person. So, okay. Back in front of the Waking Sands, because first we need to talk to Tataro. Well, if it is my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Desiree. Lady Minfilia waits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramu has been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fast your investigation? Well enough, thankfully sparing no effort. They are many and one, just as we suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alize has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Hello? Alphenol Lavalier, was it? It's good to see you again, Desiree. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Trollswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Science proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of Hall has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices. For a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Stoller says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keep the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Gridania, wait, I mean Garuda. Who is the primal of the exile who live near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant. So many moms to cover. Would that were a more efficient way to conduct our service? Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. He's not wrong. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Theseus. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Desiree? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods bespodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to this. What? Tatau? Tatau! A sylph? Sylph in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one Desiree. This one is most dependable of these ones. Is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Okay, so Noraxia joined us. And now we have to go back to Minfilia for some reason. Yes, the tattoo is ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Desiree, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet the darkness threatened to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary, Desiree. We must delve further into the motivations of a masked man, the Ascian known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that wrecks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ulda to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Desiree. The Masked Man. Ah, you've come on behalf of science, of course. Yes, as we have already relayed to Lady Menphilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. A blast blade stationed at Highbridge described it in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I will point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kirkern. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees a fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow is always staffed for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. The PvP. Okay, I quickly go to Highbridge in Eastern Thanalan. Okay, here is Hibaru in Eastern Thanalan. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hibaru, can provide it. Probably. You after a masked man? I'm not sure if I have enough those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you learn a thing or two, huh? When the Order of Nalta began excavating the ruins below, I had hoped the Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I thought everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an honest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Something of which, speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares? Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? The masked man? I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Yeah, unfortunately I can't buy from you. You're not a merchant for me. On the trail of a masked man. I have thought of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded cloak and it looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say. Little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a black robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kirkern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. I heard tell of a masked devil. Seemed he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Talaran too. Enough folks have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of an imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Nobody knows nothing. Great. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use? Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The kick-in rates are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked men. If I see or hear anything, you will be the first to know. Heard anything? Ah, the investigative adventurer. Are you still on the trail of that masked man by any chance? I happen to remember something and would share it with you. You recall my telling you how the Kirkin have been raiding Highbridge now without cease? Well, there's a rumor that those filthy rats have been meeting with a great hulk of a man in secret. While I can't say whether this is the mystery fellow you seek, I reckon it's as good a lead as any other. According to witnesses, the rendezvous takes place in the Kirkin lair located southeast of here. If you go there, perhaps you come upon some kind of clue. Be careful though, the nasty beggars don't take kindly to visitors. Okay. So the Kirkin could have something to do with him. Hunt targets. Undecipherable letter. So, did you end up investigating the Kirkin lair? I did, and I found this letter. A letter you can't make heads or tails of. Let me see. This isn't written in Amaljic. You're in luck. Just so happens I learned a spot of it back in the day so as to expand my potential clientele. It seems the contents pertain to war. People trafficking? Gods be good. If I'm reading this right, the Kikun are trying to strike a deal with the Amalja. They mean to catch hapless souls at Highbridge and sell them off like sacks of potatoes. To think that different tribes of beastmen are colluding in their villainy, I must warn everyone to remain vigilant. You have my thanks, adventurer. Had you not braved the Kikun, no one here would have known what the creatures were plotting until they actually began picking us off one by one. On the other hand, I suppose this means you're no closer to finding your man. Well, unless it's an Amalja you're looking for, but probably not, huh? There's actually a fate, or rather a series of fates that pertain to this Kirkin raid here, what he just mentioned. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. This time it's a real thing, I swear. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was about for an evening stroll minding my own business when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Fal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kirkin appeared soon after and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you have been doing, wouldn't you say? Maybe? Okay, let's see if we can lure our maskmen out, or at least a Kikian, and interrogate them. Up there. Corps Brigade, foot soldier. Or Earth? Oh yeah, off screen I did my level 35 Paladin quest and unlocked Sheltron, and this number on my oath bar here to spend points here in Sheltron. Block incoming attacks. So another defensive technique. And the numbers here fill through auto attacks. Ah, and here is the attack on Highbridge prelude. Let's do that quickly. Well, quickly, it's not a quick one, sorry. So let's do this, and these brass plates. More kicking? More kicking. Where they all coming from? And if you bother to read what the NPCs are saying while I run about, the NPCs, the non-combat NPCs are terrified, and the soldiers are wondering how many more of them are there. There's another Kikian. How are you sneaking in here from over there? Devious. Defend the residents and the supplies. This was part Attack on Highbridge Part 1. This just now was the prelude as it was written. Now we're at Part 1. Whoa. And I have lag. More traffickers. And eventually, after we kill enough, there should come a boss of that group. Ah, the level sync cut out my... Now Act 2. Where we need the leader of a group. Before the kid can kill everything here. And to defeat Gil Pincher Zuzuroon. And Act 2. Down here is Act 3. Now we strike at the heart. Follow me! I hope we can actually do that. Because right now we had help from other players, but seems they traveled on. And the NPCs, of course, stupid as anything. Come, Chocobo. Too many, too many. Tanking for the team. Come, Nayok, grow. I get you. And we get the achievement curtain call for this, and because I'm level 40 now, stick with a pointy end. So, we defended Highbridge from the Kirkin raiders. And were a major collaborator. Of course, it won't stay that way because that is a fate and they always come back. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Water the Destroyer. The skull, it bears a prayer to Ralga the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralga is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Gallian rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last skill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? I believe we continue next time. Episode should be long enough, right? So, an Alamigan was that, yeah, Corpse Brigade. If you don't know, the Corpse Brigade was the former elite group of the last king of Alamigo. But a tyrant. Anyway, until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.